Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, I continue the conversation and message and sermon that I was in on yesterday, and that is freedom ain't free and the fight ain't over. Freedom ain't free and the fight ain't over. It's not. And so we want to continue that. We're in the last week of Black History Month, and I always have morning manna with respect to Black History Month, but have not done so because I was waiting for the last week because I knew that on our fourth Sunday we would have this awesome, and it was absolutely awesome, Black History Month celebration with worship arts. And I certainly hope that the word spoke to the moment as well. And I'm going to continue in some way this week, and in particular today, about freedom ain't free and the fight ain't over. How many of you know that? How many of you know that? It's good to be with you on this morning. All last week, it was Memorex. It was Memorex, but I had to do what I got to do. What can you say when you're doing this, that, and the other? You can't always be in two places at one time. So sometimes you got to Memorex yourself. How about that? Well, at any rate, this morning it's all about freedom ain't free and the fight ain't over. That's what we're going to talk about on this morning. How's everybody on this morning? Let me greet some folk and then get into the word on this morning. Good morning, Ramona. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Gerald. How are you on this morning? Yolanda, Minister Yolanda, how are you? Brenda is in the house. Ori is in the house. Pasha is in the house. LaFon, how are you on this morning? Anna, how are you doing on this morning? Freedom ain't free and the fight ain't over. Brother Nesbitt, you already know it. You already know it. Diane, how are you on this morning? Verena, how are you? You know, you all showed out yesterday in worship arts. Oh my God. How many of you were in worship on Sunday and were blessed? We're blessed by the worship arts and all of those things on yesterday. We're going to continue a little bit of that conversation that we had in the message yesterday. Good morning, Vaughn. How are you on this morning? Francine, how are you? Elder Hayes, how are you on this morning? Joel, how are you on this morning? Deborah, how are you on this morning? Deacon Joe is in the house on this morning. Dawn is in the house. Pastor Lil is in the house. Carolyn is in the house as well. Brenda, sister, how about you? Jacqueline, it's all good to see everybody. That's right. Last week, I could not be, like most people can't be, in two places at the same time. So I had to Memorex myself, and got to do what you got to do. Good morning, Ella. How are you on this morning? Hope you hung in there. Good morning, Deborah. How are you on this morning? Samara, how are you on this morning? Good morning, Erica. How are you on this morning? I know you all know when it's Memorex, but it's still a word. That's the main thing. It's still a word. Good morning, Elder Mobley. How are you? Coach Dagny is in the house. Laura is in the house. Elder Mobley is in the house. What did you think, Dan the man, on worship on yesterday? Tell me what you thought on the word, on the worship arts piece, all of that. I want to hear. What your thoughts are. And then we're going to get into the word on this morning. Good morning, Yvonne. How are you? Again, let me get some more people. Peggy, how are you doing on this morning? Jewel is in the house. That's right. It was awesome. I really felt like it was really on point. It was really on point. Good morning, Taroka. How are you in this morning? Got a word for all of you on this morning. And this morning it's all about, as I began on yesterday, freedom ain't free, freedom ain't free. And the fight ain't over. You already know it. Worship art was off the chain. Should be on about that. I received that. I received that. I hope yesterday the word and all of those things came together for you. I just want to continue a little bit of that conversation on the word a little bit this morning and maybe a little more on during the week. But first of all, let's just get into the manna on this morning. Glad to be with you all. Not Memorex today. Can be in two places at one time, so you got to do what you got to do. But for real, this morning.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get
an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day. Freedom ain't free, and the fight ain't over. Freedom ain't free, and the fight, it ain't over. How many of you know that? Well, that's what the deal is on this morning. And so I want to just share this word with you on this morning to get this into you. And here it is. Let's go back to the text. Exodus 3, 7, and 10. Exodus 3, 7, and 10. And this is what it says. The Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people. So now go. I am sending you. I am sending you. This is what he is saying. The Lord is saying here. And here's the thing that I want you to get. Here's the thing that I want you to get. Israel is now been in 400 years of bondage. 400 years of bondage. They've been oppressed. Sounds familiar? Overworked, not paid, overlooked, all of that. But God saw their suffering, and he called a leader, Moses, out of the river, back into learning the ins and outs of the system so he can turn the system on its head. And what is about to happen is they're about to be made free. But we find out that they haven't been totally delivered. But let's just deal with this piece right here. The first thing is this, that God sees their struggle and our struggle. You have a struggle, trust in the midst of your struggle, God is in the midst of that. Nothing in your life is invisible to God. He sees every burden, every injustice, every obstacle that have been wrongly put in your way. Your struggle has heaven's attention. I want you to get that. Second thing I need you to get is God hears. God hears your cry. He inclines his ear, is what the psalmist says. It's almost as if God cups his ear so that he may hear even clearer what our cries are. Prayer activates divine movement. When you cry out to God, you invite him into your situation. And we are indeed in a situation. Your voice has power in heaven, and prayers never are extinguished. We see that in the book of Revelation, where it says, these are the incense of the prayers of the righteous. We are walking in the prayers, the sacrifices, and the answered prayers of generations before us. We dare not mess it up right now. Third thing I want you to get is this. God sends his strength. Don't look to everybody else, look to yourself. Freedom is not just something God does for you, it's what God does through you. Not just one that he does for you, it's what he does through you. But remember, you cannot sing songs of cucumbers, leeks, onions, and garlic. That means you are still enslaved. You just don't hear the chains. Understand that. Understand that. You need to be delivered. So grab a hold of the fact that he's going to do it through you. Don't be Django up in here, Stephen. So what's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this. Stay connected to God. Your freedom and deliverance depends on it. Your freedom and deliverance depends on it. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Share this, man. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning for more Morning Manna. God bless you. Bye now.